Hi there, everyone. This is Matthew Thomas again. Just figured I would try something a little bit different again today. So I decided to exhibit some of my pops, so pop vinyls. So I have in front of me all of my movie villain pops that aren't either Star Wars, or Marvel. Because I have two. I have a Star Wars collection and I have a Marvel collection, and then I have just like regular, like just other isolated movies that so I consider them like the three prongs of my collection. Um, in incorporated in that is DC because I don't have enough DC characters that I consider them to be a collection of their own. So, anyways, I have in front of me all the villains from the movies, and I have them in order from my least favorite to my most favorite. So I figured I would just give you a little quick tour of my favorite pop vinyls of the movie villains that aren't Marvel or Star Wars. So there's what 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 here. I probably should have counted them before I started recording, but then this is warts and all, people. So in the number 12 spot, my least favorite. Don't get me wrong, I still like all of these, but my least favorite is Harley Quinn. It's not that I don't like the character. I do like the character. I just I even like the design of the pop. I don't know. I don't have a huge attachment to the character. I watched the Suicide Squad movie and I quite liked it, and I thought Margot Robbie was good in it. I didn't love it. I thought it had some flaws, but I thought it was good. Like overall, I thought it was the best of the DC EU so far. But I just don't have the same level of affection towards it that I do the rest of these. And coming in at 11 is this guy here, Ghostface from the Scream franchise. I think the first Scream movie is like super good. Like I really really like it. Super good. That's some good word usage right there. But no, I really like the first Scream movie, but the rest of them I think are kind of subpar. The second one's okay. Um, so it kind of makes me feel less inclined to love Ghostface, and plus a lot of like my favorite horror characters kind of go back to when I was a little bit younger, like in the '90s. I was When that movie came out, I was in my teens and stuff, and I still, like I said, I still really like it, and I like some horror movies from that era quite a bit. But I don't have the same level of like affection for the villains. So coming in at number 10 is Sharknado. Um, I think first off, I like this pop a lot because I think it's ridiculous that this pop exists. The Sharknado films are ludicrous. Um, I know what you're thinking. I'm sure you thought that they were probably scientifically accurate, but I kind of think they're not. Um, but I just love the idea that they made a pop out of it, and I love the design of it with like the tornado and all that. I think it's pretty great. And coming at number 9, Lord Voldemort. Voldemort. Uh, I really like the Harry Potter movies. The first two I think are not the greatest, and the second last one I think is extremely tedious. Another example of movies that they should not have had their final piece cut into two. But overall, I really liked them, and I thought Voldemort was done really well in the movies, and like Ray Fiennes was awesome, and I think the design of the pop is pretty cool. So coming in at number 8, Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter is kind of, to a degree, similar to Ghostface, where I think the first movie with Hannibal was absolutely amazing, and then from there on, it kind of not so great. But I still love the character, and the fact that he's number 8 is not really, or yeah, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. These things, no editing here, people. The fact that he's number 8 isn't really necessarily a reflection on like isn't to say that I don't like him. It's just that I like all of the rest more. Coming at number 7, the Xenomorph from the Alien franchise. I love the Alien movies. They're awesome. I don't know, the design of him just isn't my favorite. I think I think he looks really cool, and I'm really he was absolutely one that I had to get. There was no question in my mind, but just not one of my favorite looking pops. I really like to get the Alien Queen. I think she looks cooler. The next is another Harry Potter one. And that's a Dementor. I just think the Dementors are super creepy, and the design of this it looks so cool. I just think this thing is awesome. I love like the little like rings of like looks like teeth kind of thing. Like I just think I just really like this pop. I think he's really creepy looking. Coming in at number 5 as a pop that I got just this week. From just based on the kindness of a stranger, and that's the Joker from Suicide Squad. Like I said, I watched Suicide Squad just recently, last night actually, and I liked it quite a bit. But my favorite part was probably Harley Quinn and the Joker, and I've always loved the Joker character, and I thought I can see why some people may not have liked him necessarily, but I thought he was awesome. So I'm really, really glad I have him. And I'm just really glad that I have a Joker. Okay, we're at the top 4 here. And all of these 4 were tough. It was tough. I could have picked the top. I could have put all of them in the number 1 spot, really. But for the purposes of this video, I had to rank them. So number 4 is Sauron from The Lord of the Rings. It's his human version, as you can, or not human, but his bodied version, because I don't know that he's not human. I don't think. I can't remember, to be honest. I read those books so long ago. But anyhow, I think it would have been really cool if they also made like a Sauron's eye, where maybe like a 6-inch, but then you have like the tower with like him on the top. I think that would be really cool looking. You may have to play with it a little bit. It may not, the scale may not work perfectly because the eye might be a little too small. So maybe play with the scale a little bit. Anyways, I really, really dig the look of this pop. And I love those movies, the Lord of the Rings movies. The Hobbit movies I think are pretty bad overall. But the Lord of the Rings I think are great. And yet the Hobbit, another example of them. They really got to stop trying to do the cash grab by splitting up these movies because they're just making crap. Number 3 is another one I just got, and that is Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I got him. This is the version where he's under attack. I got him from Franklin FM McInnes for international giveaway, and I got the aforementioned Joker from Chinese Five Spice. 2 awesome guys. And I love both these pops so much. I think they're so great. I just like the look of the Stay Puft is awesome. Who doesn't love Ghostbusters? The original, anyways. I haven't seen the new one yet. But yeah, I just loved it. I love that pop. And then my top 2. Some people may be surprised that this guy's not number 1, considering the movies, the videos I put out about my favorite movies. But the Predator from Predator is only number 2. And again, I think it's because I love the character so much that he is like number 2. If I didn't love the character that much, he probably would be lower or closer to where the alien is. I think it's an earlier pop, and the design is kind of like simplistic. And like just the look on his body is not awesome. I don't know. The look of him is not that great. But love the Predator, love the movie, so number 2. And then number 1 with a bullet, Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. And again, you could say the same thing that you said about Scream, where it's diminishing returns. But that first Freddy movie, because they turned him into such a joke, people forget how scary that first Freddy movie was. I just love it, So there you go. There's my top 12 movie villain pops. And there's plenty more that I'd love to get. Like I love Michael Myers and Jason and all those guys. Yeah, the original Frankenstein, love to get him. But alrighty, well, thanks a lot for watching.